In this lesson, we're going to go over the breadboard, okay? It's very important. See, in the old days, when they wanted to connect two components together, you'd have to kind of, twist wires together. It was very difficult and tore up the components. Or they could glue them together using something called soldering, and that was difficult, and you'd have to unsolder. And if you wanted to make a change or add something, or remove it, got something wrong, it was a big problem. Thankfully, there was something called a breadboard invented. A breadboard, say, and it's where you can actually plug up components, and they work together, and then just pull them out, and it still works well. So. This made things a lot easier. Okay, and how does this work? Well, it's pretty simple. If you see on the right side, there's a straight up and down line that's red. All of those are connected. I've demonstrated this here with a line. And right next to it are blue. They're with a line up and down. And I've demonstrated it here. And on the other side, there's a red line up and down and a blue line up and down. Demonstrated on the other side here. In the middle, there's a lot of squares. These are all connected, say one side and the other side. The two sides are completely separate by this line here. It says they're separate, okay? So this is the line that says they're separate. They're connected together and they're connected together. So that's basically how a breadboard works. Let's look at a more detailed picture. Okay, here we have the red squares. Notice they're squares. That's where you plug components into. So you have the red squares. They're up and down. They're going to be the same voltage because there's a wire behind here that connects them all together. And the blue are all connected because there's a wire back here that connects the blue all together. And these are all connected like that because there's a wire back here that connects these all together. So we've labeled these R1 for all these reds and B1 for all these blues, R2 for all these reds, and B2 for all these blues. Nothing to do with each other, even if they are reds and blues. Now, these five are all together, we'll label them A. These five are all together, we'll label them C. These five are together, we'll label them D. These five are together, we'll label them E. Okay, so what do we do with this? Remember this circuit we went over in lesson 2, where there's a battery with the top is positive, the bottom is negative? Well, we've redrawn that here. Let's show how we could hook that up together on a breadboard. Say there's a battery here. Okay, we could connect the top, the positive, up to here. And then we could easily, I don't know why, but for space, connect this one up to here. See, this is the same 9 volts as here. Even though it's not coming out of there, it's same, because these are all connected. So it's up there. Say I wanted to connect a resistor. Say I could connect a resistor from, let's say, to here. We'll call it. So it's still red. Then we could have the resistor like this, and then we could connect it to, say, here. To this one. And then we could connect, say, this to here. And then we could connect this over here, because these are all connected. So these are all connected, that's why this is seen here. And these are all connected, that's why this is seen here. And we've made a circuit. doesn't look nice and neat, but it's basically doing the same thing. And that's how circuits works. This is power, but it also works for control signals that do things, like a wave or something, or a digital pulse. It could be just sheer power, or it could be actually intelligence. It all works the same. So that's basically how breadboards works. And I'll see you next lesson.